MAGA. It's MAGA country.
We're on and popping Magnum PI.
Magnum PI. Shout out to the CIs.
Tell me why.
Oh, they telling why. Welcome to the just stop for a minute and bake, nigga channel. Just bake channel. This is watermelon versus pumpkin. Watermelon vs pumpkin. And I am
So sweet.
the nigga with the brown gaffers on his face and the poof young YUNG pastry sipping on that Powerade. This is not sponsored by Powerade, but take a look at it. I guess it's green and it's looks like goddamn antifreeze and I'm drinking it. We out here. Welcome to episode 59. 1999, my niggas. Oh man, we feeling good, man.
It's been a long ride.
Long ride.
Welcome to episode 59. I am everybody's co-host, Lil Mattress, LILMATTRESS on everything. Please, man, hit up this hotline, 203-594-6977. Talk to the watermelon, talk to the pumpkin. Let us know what you got going on. Call or text 203-594-6977. Once again, man, hit like, share, and subscribe on everything. We are available on every podcast platform you can imagine. We're there. Your podcast is there. Right next to it is ours. So give a listen after you do your podcast.
Brothers, sisters.
Tell somebody to tell somebody. Last week's episode was beautiful, man. It was pretty highly listened to in terms of our audience. It was the highest one in like 10 or 12 episodes or something. So thank you for listening. Please pass along. Be like, hey guys, listen, check it out, and grow this thing a little bit. Hit up gbiclothing.com. That's gbiclothing.com. All the links are down below. Support, man. Grab a t-shirt, grab a sweatshirt, grab something, and let them know what it is.
What it is.
But other than that, yeah, man, episode 59, been doing it, still doing it, keep doing it.
What?
Super Bowl 53?
53, my niggas, which is L-I-I.
I think there might be an X in there, or is it just L? Is it L? Is L 50?
I think L is 50, man.
Hello.
It's the L3, man.
L-I-I.
It was the L3 so no longer are my Philadelphia Eagles the world champions. It's all over. It's all over. Super Bowl came. It went. Once again, folks, the New England Patriots are on top of the game, on top of the world. Won another one. 3 Super Bowls in a row. All right, let's break this all down.
They won 3 in a row?
They've been to 3 in a row.
Good. Won 2 out of 3?
2 out of 3. Won on the ridiculous comeback, the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history.
Oh, versus Atlanta.
Yes, down. There it is. 28-3. They were down. Came back, won the game. But that was halftime, too, by the way.
Yes, that was halftime. And you know what I just thought of that I haven't thought of before? They could have turned it. They won before, so maybe they wouldn't have, but they could have turned into the goddamn Bills.
Yeah. 3 in a row, lost all 3.
Because
it was close.
There was a good chance that they could have lost all 3. Because like you said, down, what'd you say, 24, 28?
28-3.
28-3 at halftime, and they came back and won. By all accounts, they, quote, should have lost that game. Then they lost to the Eagles. Then last night was just garbage.
Yeah.
Just the game. It just wasn't an exciting game to watch.
Well, people, and it's the thing where people are getting excited. Some because it's the whole defense is not dead move going on right now because it's very offensive game nowadays. So those are both high-scoring teams. They fucking put up numbers all year, 30, 40, 50,
They were both in the top 5.
Right, and their defense was not in the top 5. So to have a defense in the Super Bowl look weird. Just like a lot of them, they just did their homework. The defenses did their homework, and the offense just thought they were going to do what they were going to do.
Yeah.
And the shit didn't pan out that way. So the final score of that Super Bowl 53 was the New England Patriots 13 and the LA Rams 3. 13-3.
Was not excited. I'll tell you my experience, then please chime in with yours. I decided to drive for Uber last night and just do food delivery while I listened to the game on the radio. And first off, I listened on AM 660, and they need to get the fuck out of the crowd or wherever the fuck that they broadcast from, because I understand that you want the feel of like, hey, we're act like we're there. But these motherfuckers were like, I don't know if they were in the stands doing this broadcast, but it was literally like you couldn't hear their voice because people were cheering. You're like, yo, just go behind a fucking closed door or something.
Right. You're in the wrong area.
But regardless, like you said, because it was pretty much a defensive matchup, the only thing that was exciting, I would say in the first half was, what was it, first play of the drive or either first drive, that first time Tom Brady had the ball threw an interception. So that was kind of like, oh, shit, all right, we're going. We're going.
We go. Look at Tom threw a pick. It's insane.
Yep.
Which, if you watch the actual pick, it was bounced off of somebody else. So, quarterbacks get those, but, it's like, that wasn't your fault. It bounced off somebody else, got one airborne.
Yeah, it counts as an interception, but if it's a tip and then a flick and a miscatch.
Right.
But that was the only exciting part really to hear for the first half pretty much was, oh, shit, okay, this could be a game. And then you just hear, and the punting team comes on. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
That's all it was, man. Punt.
Man.
Punt. All right, and guys, they're going to punt again. All right. I was on the move so damn much, I didn't watch hardly any of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen, I'm doing this, I'm running around, I'm having a drink, having a little good time. And it's like, I come back in, like, ain't nobody do nothing yet. And watch some of the game. This shit is boring.
Right?
At least keep me in there with some interest.
I enjoy listening to sports on the radio because I've kind of gotten used to it with doing Uber and driving around and shit. And this one just wasn't, man. Just none of it sounded good. It didn't because you know what game was crazy that I was listening to on the radio was the Saints versus the Rams. Like that game.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
I thought fucking shit was going down. That shit sounded
make you feel
crazy.
like you're there. It's like, oh, these niggas is going in. They get it in. But it was not so much so that last night. This was, I think, it had a couple records. The lowest scoring first half Super Bowl, 3-0.
3-0
at halftime. I believe it was the lowest scoring either Super Bowl game, or I know it's the lowest scoring for the Patriots.
Yeah.
It was their low out of the. So the Patriots have now been in this new dynasty. They're calling it. You got to call it a dynasty.
You got to.
It's 18 year run with the quarterback coach setup. 18 years. At 18 years, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 wins, 3 losses.
Not bad.
That's half of an 18-year run you were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. To go to the bowl every other year, that's not bad.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the average of that,
Yeah.
There was some little bit of bigger gaps, but still, it's like, it wasn't that big of a fucking gap. It got 9 in 18 years. I don't know what the numbers are. What was the biggest stretch between the Super Bowls or whatever.
Right.
But it was just like, it's pretty impressive to see in the sense that probably won't see it again. New common era, at least we won't. I mean, who knows,
Yeah, I can't imagine it ever being that. I don't, but you know what too? Maybe because even I don't know if anyone's decided or made their decision or announcement about retirement yet. Like, I can't imagine that Gronk is staying around too much longer. And even Tom Brady, if it's like, I don't know his attitude towards things, but goddamn, what's it like to go out winning the Super Bowl?
Right.
But he can still play. And with the rules of like, dude, quarterbacks don't get touched anymore. So you can stay there for like.
Tom is healthy. As long as he can stay, which he always does. That's one thing about his career, man. He stays healthy. Tom doesn't get hurt, man. Why? Because he's upright.
Yep. Like Brett Favre was just in the wrong generation because like Brett Favre could have played forever, except he went on the Minnesota Vikings and got fucking rocked a couple of times. That was like, oh, you're an old man and you're not getting back up from that. Now it's like, if you tackle Tom Brady, you're gonna have a couple games off and you're getting fined. Like you don't get to. So it's a new generation. So perhaps they might be able to play longer, and he might, be able to keep things going.
But I give it to him because he's gonna be one of the, the ones that did all this greatness with one team. Like the worst thing for him to do, I would say, was to try to go somewhere else. He's not going nowhere else.
No,
he's gonna do like Kobe Bryant and just everything he did, do it great with that one team. Because all the other greats in the games, you think about it, you bring up some of the biggest names, man. A lot of those guys jumped around. You bring up Joe Montana. He left. He went to the Chiefs. You know what I mean? He left with his reign with the Niners. Michael Jordan with the Wizards. You know what I mean? It's like it's guys like Kobe who stayed there and never left. You know what I mean? And Tom Brady's like in that same thing. It's like they're fucking gods where they, you know what I mean, where they play at, man. Those guys got statues and, you know.
Yeah.
It's a hell
That's
of a
why
career.
I think definitely hurts LeBron's case for best of all time. It's like, hey, man, you're skipping around everywhere.
Right.
It's,
You had to go around.
He's
again.
chasing a ring,
Right.
you know? Like, yeah, and he came back and got one and did that good faith ring for the Cavaliers.
Instead
But
of grinding out with Cleveland, he's like, I'm out now. See, I told you I'll be back and give you one. I gave you one. You happy now?
Yep.
Now I can go.
yeah, it was a slick
market.
move, but still, yeah, I think that hurts him. With there's a different pedigree to the person that stays with one team their entire career
Right.
and rocks it out like that.
And now he beat the record of there was a gentleman, Charles Haley. Who played,
Charles!
Charles Haley played for a couple teams, but had the record for 5 Super Bowl rings from one player. Tom did,
From one team.
Yeah, no, from just one player.
Oh,
Yeah, just one player with 5 rings.
that's interesting. That
Yeah, and so Tom had 5 too, and now Tom's got 6. But his
So-
difference is he's all with one team.
now is Tom the only player that has 6 rings?
Only one.
Wow,
Only fucking player that ever play NFL, man, to have 6 rings to himself, man.
that's crazy.
You know, Mike got him with the NBA, you know? So they had, I seen a
Well, yeah,
cool
I mean,
little-
Bill Russell's got like 11 or
Right,
some
right.
shit, but yeah.
But it was funny because they had a caricature that I saw that somebody drew where Michael Jordan was sitting on a chair and Tom Brady was next to him, and they both were like holding their hands up with, you know, the one finger and the 5 and the rings on all of
Yep.
them, and they're fucking smiling and geeking.
That's crazy.
But I mean, it's a hell of a thing to see, man. You know, it's
Yeah,
good
even
to be
for
alive.
same shit, man. When I was growing up, I didn't like Michael Jordan, but you still gotta, respect and same shit with Tom Brady. As I don't have a football team, so I'm not a huge fan of anybody. But you see him, you just gotta be like, damn, man, good for him. He's in the perfect storm of situations where like they can't touch him.
Right.
He's obviously talented out the ass.
Yep.
He kisses his son on the mouth for way too long, which is really fucking weird. But other than that,
Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
He's got the supermodel wife. He's got all these fucking accolades. It's, he's got an organization that backs him up. And not for nothing, when he talks, man, it's hard to hate him because he's such a humbling guy. You know what I mean? He's like, with his interviews, he's humbling, he's appreciative, he's thankful. He doesn't let the moment get bigger than him when he talks. And it's like, he's got that he's been there before swag about him. Like, damn, nigga, I can't hate you. I want to.
And that's what they were talking about before the game, some of the announcers, which you can take it either way, is they were saying, we don't know who has the advantage. Is it the young, and not to say that the Patriots aren't hungry, but the young, hungry Rams who this is their first time there. They have all that adrenaline. They have all that excitement. And the Patriots, which is crazy to think, but they might be a little too comfortable at the Super Bowl,
Right,
which is
right.
fucking wild
It's
to
hard to
even say. Like,
it's crazy. It's like,
but
welcome
still,
back.
they might be a little bit too comfortable at the Super Bowl, so they might have been lax. And I don't know what happened, but it was just, defense, man. The defense went nuts.
Defense. And I tell you, just to watch. And shout out to
championship.
shout out to McVay for the Rams, the head coach. He's fucking 33 years old.
And this was only his second year, right? With the Rams.
With the Rams, yeah. So it's kind of like, right, pal. I'm not
Yeah.
feeling too bad for you. You'll get back up there. You got a young team. Those guys
Right.
are all young. The quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver Cooks and their defense. They're pretty much a young guys, so they can come. They can bounce back and can play. The Patriots are running their last. To me, they're running their last legs, man.
Oh, yeah. Because like I
it's a
said,
year or two before they're gone.
it's going to be interesting with if Gronk goes, does Brady – obviously he doesn't, quote, need him, but he's
Right.
obviously a huge asset to the team. Like when they scored the touchdown, they got to remember, right before that, Gronk is the one that caught the fucking –
Yeah.
whatever it was, 35, 40
Yeah,
yarder
he
that
was the-
got
he was
them
the
on
one-
the 2-yard line.
He was the one, and there was a lot of moans and groans over the who got the MVP of the game.
Who did?
It was Julius Edelman.
Okay,
from
number
the-
11.
Yeah. I mean, people, it's like, and it wasn't like he had sluggish numbers. Like, they gave it to him because he had 10 catches for 141 yards. So I'm
Yeah.
like, those are big
And
numbers, but it wasn't a
especially-
big scoring game.
I was going to say, especially
Yeah.
in such a low-scoring game, those are pretty big numbers. But, yeah, I think in a situation like that, it's tough because obviously Brady didn't have a standout performance, and I don't think
246
anybody
with a
did.
pick. Yeah, 246 with a pick.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like,
But if it's 246 and one receiver got 140-something,
Right.
I'm okay with,
Yeah, but I thought they should have given it to somebody in the defense, man. The guy Gilmore who made the interception, who sealed the game, that kind of deal. Like he played his ass off all game. They had 4 sacks, and the guy Hightower had 2. He had like multiple 10+ tackles, 2 sacks. a guy like that, and it's a defensive game, and you held one of the highest scoring offenses in the league to 3 points. I'm like, you got to give it to somebody on the defense, man.
I feel you, especially what you said about the dude with the interception that sealed the deal. That would be
right, because that's what happened with Malcolm Butler for the Patriots when he intercepted that ball against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
They gave it to him. It's like, he had a solid game, but it's like that moment he won the game.
Yeah.
You got to give it to him.
Most valuable players, he made the game changer type decision.
They should, in my opinion, they should have gave it to Gilmore. You pick it off, you win the game. It's an ugly, nasty game. You don't really know who to pick.
I feel you. So hypothetically, because we're not trying to incriminate nobody on here, did anyone have any money on the game? Anybody win anything?
There were some people that won.
Shout
out to one of my peoples that was one of the barbers at the barber shop who
Fillet peoples
asked me for my opinion about, what you think, man, on that over. Now, over under, for people that don't know, is when there's the combined points of the total between the two teams, 34 to 34, 34 32, you add those 2 points together, that's your over under. So you either think it's going to total combined be over that or under that. And I guess the over-under he was saying was 50.
56 is what 50, I saw on the internet. Yeah.
He was like 50-55, and I was like, looking at those two teams, I'm like, man, I think it's going to be a shootout. Their defense ain't really been that great, but their defense proved everybody wrong and showed up. So
I have to assume that a ton of people lost a lot of money betting the over.
Yeah, and that's when Vegas was all in feeling good because people lost a lot on that over-under, man.
Yeah.
And I think that was a lot of things. But I know a couple people that won. I think my brother won a little small bet.
Cool. Hypothetically. We ain't putting nobody out there like that.
Yeah, it's a little small things. Shit, I mean, some of the big celebrities put some big money down. I thought.
I know 50 Cent said he got his money back after Adrian Broner lost. He got it back on this game.
Yeah.
That's cool. I was thinking about it, but, man, I wasn't. I mean, I was thinking about it like an hour before the game, and I didn't really know. I've never used DraftKings or FanDuel or anything like that before, so maybe next year I'll end up, tossing down $50 or something.
Just to give it a little shot.
Yeah.
It's one of those one of these. It's funny. One of the shows I like to watch on YouTube is a pizza review guy. One Bite it's called, and
all I need is one bite.
Yeah, One Bite. Davey Page views. So he was at the game, big Patriot fan and shit, and he got arrested. And they were videoing him getting arrested at the game. I don't know why. I didn't hear why he was getting arrested, but he was sitting there, and they had to basically drag him out. And so he's after the game, and so he's talking this shit. He's they dragged me out of there. Fuck those guys. We got 6 rings now, and I won my money, so fuck it. And he was like, he won $125,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Because he has. They got money like that. The Barstool.
Yeah.
Page, but it was just crazy, man. It's like, people put big money down like that, man. $100,000, $50,000.
That's crazy.
I mean, and I guess the Pats were giving 3 points or something like that.
2.5 is what it just. I mean, on the sites that I was on, that's what I saw.
Right.
Yeah.
So 2.5 points. And they won by 10.
Yeah.
And this was the Patriots' lowest scoring Super Bowl victory for them, but yet it's their highest margin of victory out of the ones they won. Out of the
Figure that out.
Yeah, out of the 6 they won, this is the highest margin. They won by 10.
They won by 10.
Every other game, they were nail biters, man. That's crazy. And there were 6 Super Bowls that came down to the wire. And matter of fact, all 9 of their Super Bowls they were in were close ones.
Well, that's why it was weird last year when it was like there was a computer glitch when, okay, it's 2 minutes left. Tom Brady has to go down the field and score, and they win, and it didn't happen.
Right.
So that's why everyone was just like, whoa, that's not. But shout out to the Eagles, the Regal Beagle Eagles.
Right, and I still hear, and I talk to little shit-talking Patriot fans who are like, oh, they want to say last season was fixed. I said, you can't go and say football is fixed. Because if that's the case,
just 1 year.
Yeah, if that's the case, all fucking 9 of your appearances were fucking bullshit for the Patriots. You know what I mean? It's like if you're gonna run with it, you got to run all the way.
Yeah.
But
that's funny.
It's funny because somebody made an interesting thing. They said where it was he was like, a lot of Patriot fans, I don't, because they're newer fans, especially an 18-year grip, 20-year grip. Are those new fans right there?
Yeah,
young kids or people that just been jumping on bandwagons and shit. He said what they don't realize is after Tom goes, it's going to happen soon. And Belichick, they will be the Cleveland Browns for the next probably 5 to 10 years.
No,
you know
it's the Chicago Bulls right now.
Yeah.
It's the Miami Heat right now.
Yep.
Like there's
Celtics trying to come back, Lakers trying to come back. All these powerhouses.
There's nothing worse than a fucking oh yeah, no, I like the Yankees, I like the Patriots, and I like the whoever just won and I like the Golden State Warriors. Those are my teams. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yankees, Patriots, and then Golden State. These are my guys.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. That's why some of the young boys I talk shit to, because I was like, listen, I don't
like
talk,
them. Stop it.
I said, I don't talk to nobody about football that's not over the age of 30.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, of course you're going to be a Tom Brady and Patriots fan because you're a kid. And that's all you knew as a kid.
And all you want to do is hop on the winning team.
Right.
Yeah.
As a kid, that's what you did. Unless you were into the sport deeply and you liked certain players. Like, that's how I was. I like certain players. That's why I kind of. Yeah. But it's easy to run towards the winning team. I remember young. I still like the 49ers because.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Montana, these guys are fucking great, you know?
Dude, I remember when we used to play football out in the yard, get the neighborhood kids together. I was like, when I would tell my brother would play quarterback and I would be out on a receiver and I would tell him, I'd be like, give me the Jerry Rice. Just throw it over so I could catch it, you know what I mean? Over, and you wanted to catch it like Jerry Rice.
Right,
it was
cradle to the grave.
We were more into individual players back then, and that was when we were playing basketball. Yo, I'm gonna be whoever. I'm gonna be whoever. You know,
you got to scream the person's name who you're gonna be as you shoot the ball. You Jordan.
That's why Dave Chappelle had it so right when he did Kobe. That's what it was, man. Yeah. Back in the day, we would do that shit.
Oh yeah, jumping and flicking off and earballing. So I mean, that regime's gonna come to an end.
And then of course, social media is weird forever. With I feel like we should make a public announcement.
Hello.
If you are or if you are not watching the Super Bowl, I promise you, everyone is okay with your decision. I swear to you, everyone is okay with your decision.
People have to let people know that they're watching.
Just want to let everyone know I'm not watching the game. Just want to let everyone know I'm not watching it. And then there's the big people come out with the memes of I don't give a fuck about football. Oh, nobody came up to you and was like, Bruce, are you watching the game today? Because if you're not watching the game today, we are no longer like, no, nobody. It's just weird to where there's some people that want to be so anti everything that like it's the same thing with Thanksgiving. No, we're not killing Indians. We're sitting down and having a meal with our family. Like the Super Bowl. Well, I don't watch football and I don't know about football, so now I have to hate football, and now I need to let everybody like it's the
a lot of people like it, and I have to be the guy who doesn't. So
it's the pinnacle of it's the pinnacle of I think everybody's paying attention to me culture when it's like. Nobody was asking you, Bruce, if you are watching the game today. I make my declaration that I am not watching the NFL football. Like, dude, come on.
Right. And that's probably a frustrated person who probably just walk in the streets. And
they feel left out, in my opinion. They feel left out.
They go to the stores and people ask, hey, you watching the game tonight? Hey, buddy, what's up, man? Who you got tonight? Who you watch? You know, it's a big American
I don't watch football.
You're right. And it's okay, but you got to know, it's a popular fucking thing. People talk about popular shit here in this country. That's what it is. Football is very popular. Super Bowl is a big fucking deal. It's not like basketball and baseball and hockey. These guys play the best of 7 in those fucking games.
Right.
Football
it's one game, take all.
That's it. One game, get it right, and then get the fuck on. I think that's why it's easier for people to latch onto. It's one game a week, one game, you know, for the Super Bowl, and you're out the door. You know, it doesn't take so much fucking consumption of your life like baseball. If you're a diehard baseball fan, there is 162 fucking games a year. Like if you have I'm a diehard Yankee fan, I gotta watch every game. Bro, that's 162
a lot of time.
162 out of fucking 365 days a year that you're fucking stuck in front of a TV.
Baseball game is 2 or 3 hours at least.
Yeah, easy. You get rain outs, and those guys go long extra innings, man.
Mm-hmm. Hoarding the yard.
Or listen, it's kind of like, oof, your marriage is fucked.
Yeah, right.
She's fucking a neighbor because you can't get in front of the game.
But no, man, it's funny to just see. I love because this is the era that we're in, man. Watching the social media aspect of everything where people are just losing their goddamn mind over, I have to let everyone know. Right. I promise that you don't. I promise that everyone is okay with the decision that you have made.
I hate the Super Bowl. It's just that big baby shit, you know?
Yeah. So, and then, of course, there's always drama with the halftime show. So Maroon 5 played. Travis Scott, I guess you can say he was there. And Big Boy, I guess you can say he was there. They arrived. It would be like if somebody was like, no, man, I'm gonna just stop at this party and I'm gonna be out and like you're just wait in the car. I'm gonna come back in 5 minutes because I just want to make my face known. Yo, so I can say it was there.
Just
and
show
I'm out.
face for a second and be out.
Wow. Maroon 5, they're not particularly my kind of music, but I don't hate their music.
Right.
You know, they have some
They have a lot
catchy
of-
songs.
yep.
I'm not mad at them.
Notables, yep.
The thing that I didn't like is I hate when an artist sings a song a different way when they're singing it live. When they sing it like, if I was going to sing Happy Birthday and I was like, Happy Birthday to you, but instead I was like, Happy Birthday to you, but you're in the crowd trying to sing Happy Birthday with me, but I'm singing it all fucked up because I've been singing this song for the past 10 years, so only to enjoy myself while singing it again, I have to switch it up and
Change
give it a
it
little
up
bit more
for his
flair,
own
but it's like,
personal shit.
no, sing the fucking song the way
You
the
have
song's
to
supposed to
sing
be
it the way
sang.
it is for the people that are in the audience that love
Yeah.
the song and want to sing it with you. They want
And
to be
he
a part
did
of the
that,
world.
and Adam Levine, the singer of Maroon 5, he did that with most of the fucking songs where like he just put emphasis on different syllables instead of putting emphasis on different syllables. He just went like weird with it, and a lot of even homegirl that did the national anthem,
I missed it.
she sang
Patti
it.
LaBelle?
It might have been. Was it her?
Yeah. Most people say, was that Patti LaBelle or Aretha? Aretha dead, so
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
eliminates one. If I'm not mistaken, it was Patti LaBelle. I missed it, but
was
I
it
believe
Gladys Knight? It might not have been.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't know shit. That's all we're saying here. At Watermelon versus Pumpkin, we don't even get in arguments because we both don't know the side of the story. So that's how it works. But whoever sang the national anthem, there were a couple parts where it was like, you know how the national anthem goes, and it was just all over the place.
The
Like
arrangement
there's
was
the
all like Fergie's in the All-Star
yeah.
game in the NBA.
yeah, like there were a
what
little all over. But yeah, back to the halftime show.
Yeah.
He sang all of his songs differently, which was it was just it's a weird thing, and many artists do it because, like I said, you're performing the same song for 10 years. You're gonna find different spots where you could say where isn't in there. You're gonna find different, But
and that was probably for him working on that fucking show for so long. But I pulled in to watch a couple episodes before.
The Voice.
And that was big thing of him as being a judge and them being judges is, let me hear your vocal arrangements and how differently you capture this song that we all well know well and good. That's all well and good there, Mr.
Judge Life.
Adam Levine, but when it's your fucking song, you sing your song the way
Yeah,
you're
and
supposed to sing it.
everybody knows the goddamn song, and you sing it
Right.
different. It was just
Changing a song differently that's not your song is just one thing.
yeah. It would be like if a rapper just rapped it with a different flow over the same. You'd be like, "What are you doing,
Right.
Lauryn Hill? Sing the fucking song the way
Right,
it's supposed to
right.
be."
I know.
But
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, I didn't hate it. It was just that's not on them. That's something that many artists do live that hits my ear wrong,
Just change
But
it, like, no, that's not what it sounded like record. I just
yeah.
But and all in all, I think, like I said, when he was talking about Travis Scott and Big Boy, we're gonna call that a Super Bowl walkthrough. The niggas got a nice little
They
bag.
did the walkthrough.
they got a bag for a walkthrough. Travis Scott, and he did part of his song.
Now, did you watch it while it was happening?
Yes.
Did that SpongeBob thing happen on the Super Bowl screen?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I
Thought
watched.
somebody fucked around and changed it.
I didn't know. I was just like,
yeah.
what the fuck? And I just want to know
I didn't understand
whose
that.
was that?
Yeah.
Because that's one thing. As I'm 35 years old, and I still get the look like I farted and the dog's head went like that. When I'm just like, I've never watched SpongeBob. I don't have kids, and I always get the like, no, I don't. So because I watched a thing where it was like, Super Bowl halftime show. I watched it after because, like I said, I just listened to it on the radio.
Right.
And when I saw the SpongeBob part, I was like, did that really happen? And confirmed here, folks.
Yeah.
It did.
It was there. It was weird. I didn't know what was
There was
going
no
on.
explanation, right? It
No.
was just.
They slid it in there. Maybe that was a little homage to the guy who died from SpongeBob, the creator. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, imagine though. That's funny. I mean, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe Travis Scott or maybe someone in Maroon 5 is a huge SpongeBob fan, but I don't know. To me, it came off whack. It didn't. I don't know.
It was a weird transition.
Yeah.
There's many things they could have showed for a transition, and that was weird. They could have came up with one. Could have did a skit.
Right.
Better play him. They showed SpongeBob, and it was like Squidward I don't even know what scene it was. A couple of young kids that were there at the party like giggled because it was SpongeBob because they're young and that was their guy growing up.
Yeah.
You know me, but I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, Travis Scott. It's funny because Travis Scott looked like in his performance like he was trying to do that almost like rebel looking approach. Like,
yes.
I wasn't doing. I know I plan to do the Super Bowl. And I'm getting a lot of shit because people saying I'm being Uncle Tom now, whatever dumb shit people were telling him. So he decided to come out wearing all black leather. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
With the black glove on, and it's like standing in a pit of fire with a fucking Tim the
Two-Man Taylor.
Tim the 2-Man / fucking Bob the Builder fucking comfy plush fucking tool belt looking.
It was weird, man.
His waist. I don't know what the fuck that was, man.
Like, I don't know why, unless it's some, upper level that we don't know about, but I don't know why none of these dudes are just like, no, I'm not wearing that. Because it seems like nobody has a choice. It's the whole fucking Dave Chappelle talking about like, no, I'm not putting on a fucking dress.
Right.
No, I'm not putting on a fucking dress.
At some point,
and
you
I feel
think,
like they're getting people with this shit now.
Is it maybe it's their? Is it this decision? I feel like when you had those crazy groups that were fucking extravagant outfits.
Yeah.
The Parliament Funk. Like those guys wore some crazy shit.
Yep.
or Guar or some shit. Where
Yeah,
these guys
yeah.
are wearing some wild. You know what I mean? It's like I guess that's what they're trying to do. And create a new fashion world. It just with weird.
I think part of it fucked up because you know how Kanye West was just like, well, it's not necessarily Kanye West, but Kanye West is one of the ones that said, he's like, no, I'm the biggest rock star on the planet. And then everyone kind of tried to do the like, even though we're rappers, we're doing the rock star thing.
Right.
When it's like.
And that's when that song hit big. That was a big turn too. That party like a rock star.
Yep.
Party. Yep. And then that one hit and it was like, oh yeah, so we can blend in not just like the cultural musical sound of rock and hip hop.
Yeah.
No, let's just go. We're gonna
Then
steal
the attitude as well
Right, the
pops
attitude,
on.
steal the look. You know what I mean? Go with like the tight leather and shit. And weird.
But yeah, Travis Scott was definitely dressed like Janet Jackson in Control. He was just fucking.
but tighter.
Yeah.
She even had
Really
a little loose
tighter.
fit to her in
Yep.
that fucking video. Shit was just like.
His
shrink
shit
wrap.
was tight with like the see-through mesh. It was on the arms.
That was
It was weird.
It was breathable material for the flames around him, I think.
And-
flame retardant.
And I don't know if he couldn't hear himself, but his shit came off bad. Especially because the song that he did is more of a talking rap. Like it's sicko mode,
Right.
Hold up, homie, thing out here.
Right.
It's a relaxed flow.
Right.
And he came out there like screeching. like
Right.
just way
I think he was too excited.
Yeah, I agree. Which I don't blame him for because you're playing in front of, it's the fucking Super Bowl.
Right. And his bag was, and I just imagine how much did they fucking pay him for that half a song he just did?
I don't know, because that was the other thing too. You're right. He came out, he did his first verse, which even the verses in those songs, I think they're like 9 bars or something, because that's the one I remixed for the fucking holiday song. I think the verse is like 9 bars, something like that. Then there was a weird fucking breakdown, and then he came back and did like part of Drake's verse mixed into like,
Yeah.
then
I
it
heard that
blended
part.
into the next Maroon 5 song, and then Travis Scott was gone, which for as much as I don't like Al Sharpton and I don't like, different people like that, I almost think that they were right because Homeboy got used, in my personal opinion. Like, Maroon 5 does a 15-minute set or 17-minute set, whatever it was. You got 45 seconds. Like, and you're being seen in front of a crowd, but it wasn't, I don't know.
Right.
It wasn't a good look.
And it was stupid because if they were trying to do that, that was the dumbest thing to do. They should have just ran with Maroon 5 being the act.
Yeah.
And just keep it at that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You got to act for the halftime show. It's Maroon 5. He's the headliner. And if he wants, and if Maroon 5, as a group wants to try to collab or has a suggestion for somebody, let them do it. Or they collab with somebody before they want to bring an appearance up there to have a song with. But that whole forcing them, we got to get somebody from Atlanta and we got to get somebody from hip hop. So we'll do it both. Big Boy was there because he's from Atlanta. In my eyes, like you could have got it. Big Boy's a staple too, but shit, you could have got a Ludacris even. You know what I'm saying? It's, you couldn't get Outkast together. Would have probably been a better look.
Exactly. Dude, if Outkast did a fucking Super Bowl halftime show, it would have been the best show ever. Like, come on, with Andre coming out with the Hey Ya shit and everything and what they could have done together. Like, dude, if you do Bombs Over Baghdad, listen, Come on. If they did Bombs Over Baghdad, like, come on.
Listen.
Get away from me.
Listen.
And my family.
Everybody I know should stay away from you.
Right? Put me on an island.
Yeah. So Big Boy rolled up in a big 1970-something Cadillac, throwback with the big stupid fur on in the middle of the Atlanta, Georgia Dome.
Yeah.
And he did part of I Like the Way You Move.
Yep.
And he was gone.
He did a verse and chorus, and then and then he was gone. And it was I don't know. It was okay. It was just quick because like we were talking before the show off mic. It seemed that before, like when Bruno Mars brought out Red Hot Chili Peppers, I swear they did their entire song. You know what I mean? Like or at least 2 out of 3 verses, shit like that. So
Right.
I know Red Hot Chili Peppers didn't show up for 45 seconds. You know, I know that
felt
that
like
didn't happen.
I think they even stepped away and then came back again.
Yeah,
I felt
yeah.
like they like splash and then splash back in the pool a little bit. Like, oh, I'm gonna get wet again. Get in there. Yeah. These guys were one and done. There was a moment where Travis Scott was next to Adam Levine.
I think at the
That
end,
was a transition.
Yeah.
When he transitioned into him coming in back to a Maroon 5 song from his song, I think that's when they were together for a split second with the furry belt.
Yeah.
Garter belt and shit. Like the rappers got garter belts on.
Dude, it's only gonna get worse. Have you seen the man harnesses?
No, I didn't know what that is. What?
It's bad, man. Who's the Michael B. Jordan, man? He's out here
Yes.
wearing them.
Is he?
It's bad. It almost looks like, you know, a holster for a gun.
Yes.
It almost looks like that, but it's not a holster for a gun. It's just a man harness, and it straight up just looks like a bra over your clothing. Like, dude.
So basically, it's a garter belt for men.
Yeah, and they're
Wow.
wearing them over their clothes, and it's because it's the new fashion thing, and you know, it's.
They're wearing them over the clothes.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me.
Outerwear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Over the clothes. You're right. Yeah.
Wow. They're wearing it over. You're saying or under?
Over.
Wow.
They're wearing over the clothes, and it just looks stupid. Like
Wow.
it's. I get, you know, I don't know fashion. I shop at, you know, Walmart and Target, but it's so fucking stupid.
Right.
It's
Yeah, nah, it should get crazy. And then people talk about that shit, what shit costs. Like, I'm not impressed with shit, man.
no.
Like, you're not gonna bait me into buying a pair of jeans, True Religions, for $300 because they're $300. Like,
Yeah.
If
To say
this-
that they're 300, you know how much these cost? Who
right.
gives a shit?
And I got family, and I know people that do that, you know. And it's
Yeah.
kind of like, I'm like, yeah, but that shit don't impress me because at the end of the day, they're jeans, man. They fit on your ass the same way that a pair
Exactly.
of jeans do. You know what I'm saying? It's you get caught up in the whole, you know, just the what is. Oh my God, this is $400.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what makes it so great? Nigga, it's $400.
And that's it. And that's all people are concerned with.
That's your story because they told you the shit was great, and the pitch came off so well that said, well, that's why we not gonna take no less than 300.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, we gotta get it. Nobody else gonna have the shit. You know,
Exactly.
it's low
Like
percentage.
if, you know, you could get certain people, like we got the bell here. If we're like, no, but this is a Supreme bell. And if you put Supreme on it, then this shit is worth $400. But no, I just
Right.
got this shit at the dollar store. But it's the
pitch.
sell. It's the pitch.
It's the pitch. If you buy the pitch, you are caught. You know, as they say, you are part of that whole. But it's, I mean, the Alexa pitch is heavy right now.
Yeah.
I don't want that in my house, but it's the pitch. The price is dropping so low. It's becoming so affordable for people that they're just jumping on it, man. And
Bug in your own house.
right. And it's like, I'm not hiding shit from the government. I'm sure as hell ain't a spy, but I sure as hell don't want them all up in my shit either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, but I did know with their halftime show, man, that there was a really dope part of Maroon 5's performance where people in the audience are down there. They started letting these big, like, sphere-shaped, like, lanterns. They like
The floating lantern.
Yeah, it started floating in the air. So now you're like, oh shit, look at these floating lanterns.
Young floaty.
You know what I mean? And they was skating up there, and it's like, oh, and you know, the late, like my mother and sister-in-law, a couple of people there, they're crying. I'm like, what the fuck you crying for? I guess the song he was singing was a dedicated song to people with suicide. So it's like, oh, so now they're going, and now the lanterns are going up. Now you thought they were just like floating lanterns, but then she started like moving together as a unit. They were like drones within the lanterns, and the drones started coming and forming together and creating fucking
Voltron.
Voltron, right? But creating words and shit like "we are one" or some shit like that, or you know what I mean, or love,
One
is
love.
yeah, one love is, you know. But that was kind of dope. I thought that was like,
Yeah.
oh, they're not. I'm sitting there like, what about the dolphins, guys? Remember? He tells that shit about letting balloons go in the air and then it's going to land in the ocean and kill the dolphins. Like, I'm yelling at the TV, what about the dolphins? You're letting fucking lanterns go.
Right.
Then it was like they were drones. I'm like, oh, all right, never mind.
Cool, they're going to come back.
They're going to come back. You niggas
Well,
got
even those things with like floating lanterns and shit like that, do you know a lot of them are just like, you literally light the shit on fire and then it goes up? And you're like, you're just, what the fuck?
Just like a mini hot air balloon.
Yeah,
going
on
up
fire.
there. Yeah. Oh.
But it was funny to see the backlash from, because the halftime show was snake bit from the start anyway, because, you know, it was everybody turning it down. Jay-Z turned it down, then tried to get all other black acts to turn it down. And then they finally found Maroon 5 to do it, because who was going to do it first? Was it, or I know Cardi B turned it down because she wanted
right. Jay-Z was asked, right?
Jay-Z turned it down. A couple other people turned it down too.
Cardi B was a big one because, you know, she was popular. She had a popular year, so it made sense why they wanted her. It's like, you had a popular year. Oh, but with Cardi B, which is really funny, they gave her a lot of shit over the Super Bowl because she did the whole I don't want nothing to do with that in the Super Bowl. But yet she was involved in the commercial. She did a fucking Pepsi commercial during the Super Bowl.
She did that, and then she also did some performance with the Patriots where she's rapping, and the owner, who's the owner of the Patriots?
Bob Kraft.
He's dancing up next to her in honor. Wow. And he's the biggest Trump supporter you could ever want. Right, you know what I mean? Right. And so it's
he was totally with that whole nobody takes a knee around here.
Oh yeah.
They don't take knees in New England. The motherfuckers like. And it's a winning atmosphere. They have such a fucking.
They only have like 4 black guys anyway.
Right. So. You know, it's like, you know, no, we don't take knees around here. And if you want to be a part of this organization, you shut the fuck up and won't take one either.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you got that.
True. Okay.
You know, so I'll just shut up and win, right? That's what you want me to do. But, you know, so that's a lot of shit to her. It's like, oh, I don't want nothing to do with the performance. And you're standing up for something, but then you're in fucking commercials.
Bro, that money talks. That's all it is, man. You can pretend to be who you want to be, and then that checkbook opens.
But then it's so stupid because if money talks, then you should have jumped on all those bags. You know what I mean? You should have took the commercial. You should have took the halftime show and every other fucking thing that was involved in the Super Bowl.
Well, that was the one that didn't have light on it. That was the thing is the Super Bowl halftime show had the biggest light on it of, yo, don't do this, don't do this. Nobody was saying don't do a commercial. Nobody was saying, you know, don't fucking go play at an after party or whatever. Right. It was just the big light was on.
The halftime show.
Yeah.
And all it takes is for one person to say it's a big light. You know, like when Jay-Z said, nah, but boy, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. They don't represent what I represent. But I bet you his ass, everybody that didn't do the Super Bowl, I bet you they watched it.
Exactly. Because everyone was like, and a lot of people try to turn it into that they're standing with Kaepernick.
Right.
And that's the other thing too, where Kaepernick is a fucking genius because he did one thing, never said anything, did a Nike commercial, and everyone is, I'm doing this for Cap. I'm doing this for, how the fuck do you know that he watched? Cap probably watched the Super Bowl. He was a fucking NFL quarterback. He probably watched the Super Bowl.
He probably did, right.
You're going to tell me he doesn't love football anymore?
Right, yeah.
The motherfucker probably watched the Super Bowl.
It's bitter. It's a bitter taste what the NFL did. You know how they blackballed him, but he's pretty sure he still enjoys the game itself.
Exactly.
You know I mean, it's a competitive nature that he just didn't die off in him. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And yeah, I'm sure that there's all, but it's the whole like speaking up for him when who knows if that's what he wants said. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I don't think Cap even wanted any of this in the first place. He did what he felt was right, and then it seems like everyone around him went nuts when he kind of just stayed quiet. And then the next thing you heard, like, this dude isn't a monster on Twitter. This dude isn't out making TED Talks. This dude isn't out giving speeches at colleges and shit like that.
Like there's Colin. There he is again. I know he has a little, little program or something he does where he is putting into, from what I heard, of getting into communities and helping out with stuff like that, which is, then that's your part. Then that's what you're doing. Yeah. You know. But
I don't even know. That might have been a thing that he's been doing before all this madness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so tough. It's like, staying with Kyle, and it's that whole big thing is like, but if you still like the game, it's kind of hard to just walk away from it because now you're feeling like the NFL's going some kind of way. Exactly. And the NFL fucked up too because if they would have kind of just left that alone, it probably would have just died off. You know what I mean? I think there was more fuel put into that of what it was. Mm-hmm. The uproar came and people and you gotta stand for our flag or else. And it's like, you're not respecting our servicemen. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. The thing about Colin though, for me, is how everyone is doing this for him.
Right.
He's a big boy. He could open his own mouth. If like that's what I'm saying is. Maybe certain celebrities have behind the scene news that where Colin's like, listen, I'm not going to say it, but if you guys could stand up for me, that'd be great. Like, but I don't think he's that type of dude because he's the one that was kneeling in the first place, showing that he's down to protest.
That's his own. It was his own thing. He's like, listen, this is what I'm doing right now, and this is why I do it. This is why I feel, and it's in social. And I'm. Just
That's my thing. Is just we never hear from him anymore. That's my. Everyone else. I'm doing this for Cap. You're pretending that he fucking died. Like, dude still has a Twitter account. He can still, you know. I'm sure if anyone ever wanted to interview him, that he would, you know, if he chose that he wanted to speak, he would do it. Like,
yeah, that's a tough one, man. It's kind of like some of those guys that were all gun ho and taking a knee and doing all that. You know, NFL got their way with them. It's like, well, if you're gonna start dropping the hammer down, I was like, I got kids to feed, man. I got mouths to feed. I can't fuck around.
No, it's money over everything. Man.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Mo, yo, Mo, money over everything. MOE.
But to end this on a lighter note, this week, also with the halftime show. Once again, there's people that are just, in my opinion, so fucking dumb. And we've gotten to this point in society where, like I said, it's you just have to accept that women have dicks now, which I don't. And listen, if women have dicks, I can accept it.
And he's not even talking about literally half the time.
Oh, yeah. But part of the time it is where women have, but my thing has always been the I'm not mad at anyone for whatever they want to do to their body. It's the thing that if all of a sudden in 2018, you're now telling me that women have dicks, and I can't go, wait, what? Because as soon as I say, wait, what? I'm a racist, a homophobe. When you just told me that women have dicks, so to me this is shocking. I'm sorry that a change has been made. You know what I mean? It'd be like if the sky turned red forever all day, and I was just like, yo,
it's normally
the sky.
Normally blue.
Oh no, okay, I'm anti-sky. I don't want to go to heaven. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Right. Yeah.
So now during this halftime show, the a bunch of women and a bunch of men, but a bunch of famous women are going nuts because Adam Levine took off his shirt.
Flexing.
And now the big conversation between women's nipples and men's nipples has come out with poor Adam. He just showed his nips at the Super Bowl, so now his career will be ruined like Janet's. Oh, wait, never mind. Why is it okay to see Adam Levine's boobs and not Janet Jackson's? Asking for a friend. Wardrobe malfunction in the midst of the worst halftime show ever during the lousiest Super Bowl in history. Super Bowl, hashtag Super Bowl. If Adam Levine takes his pants off, I'm gone. Hashtag hi there while you enjoy. Hi there while you're enjoying this mediocre marine. Start it again. Hi there while you're enjoying this mediocre Maroon 5 halftime. Please remember a football legend was blacklisted from the entire sport for merely putting his knee on the ground in protest of black people being murdered. Enjoy your pop music. It's just weird, you know.
Right.
It's
everybody has to be like, what are you all doing? You're not doing what I would be doing. So right now you're wrong.
Yeah.
And that's how people get, man. You know, this is what's happening. You guys don't see it. It's everybody's a social awareness teacher. You know?
Everyone's a social fucking justice warrior. Like,
but they're not doing anything about it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is. Well, I mean, I retweeted. I hit like and I retweeted it. So I mean, it means
I'm sent here to tell you what's going on out there. It's like we have enough fucking news outlets to get our information from. Thank you very much.
It's just, man, I just don't get how. Listen, I want equality, yes, but we're just never going to be the country to where there's a woman walking down the street without her shirt on and absolutely nobody looks in her direction. Because honestly, if we get to that point, that's going to then be the fucking problem. Oh, I got my titties on, you ain't going to look at me? Like,
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Oh, my God. It's going to be the fight for You want to be straight or gay? That's gonna be the next biggest fucking social civil war.
Like,
gays and straights. What the fuck is going on?
I just feel like then after, okay, so say that we go 500 years and we get to the point where titties are okay. Then are we going to the vagina next? To where it's like, we just want to non-sexualize everything. So just like, no, I'm just going to be here with my pussy out. Just be okay with it.
Right.
It's like,
we'll have a let your box out Saturday.
Rock out with your box out.
Rock out with your box out Saturday. It's the thing to do, and it's beautiful. It's painting. It's art. Like, I think they try to do because like in Europe they're very open with their sexuality more than us. So it's a different ball game over there.
But even like, I understand there's nude beaches, there's things like that. There's nudity on TV, but is it what people want to where like do women just have their titties out and everyone's okay and nobody looks at them?
It's just they have it like sometimes you might see a titty or two and we're okay with that.
Yeah.
But over here it's like no, we want to promote it where it's just to the point where everybody's titties are out and their boobs
at all times and everything's fine. And like, listen, once again, I'm never saying like, oh my God, there's a titty, so you have to grab it and put out your phone and then touch it. No, because your titty's out, I get to suck it. Your titty's out, I get to suck it. Those are the rules. That's not what I'm saying.
Out, it's in my presence. It's gonna get stared at.
All I'm saying is like, as a man, just how particular I'm I'm the devil. I'm a single white male, straight white male, and if there's a titty out, I'm not saying I'm going to pull out my phone and zoom in and take a picture for later use. All I'm saying is that, like, if there's a titty out in the room, I'm going to glance over there. You know what I mean? And it seems like that's the no.
Right. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Pig, perhaps. But I mean,
I'm not going to go try to touch it. I'm not going to even say anything.
Right.
All I'm saying
like,
is,
on,
if there's a
ladies.
titty out, it's going to catch my attention.
Right.
I don't give a shit if it's a woman breastfeeding in the middle of the mall sitting on one of those things. If there's a titty out, oh shit, there's a titty out.
Right.
I'm not going to fucking go over and be like, can I get next or what? Like, no, that's not going to happen.
Listen.
But it's just, you have to understand, like, these are brand new things.
Right. And ladies, listen, you go out, take a trip to Africa, and you mingle up into the Mandingo forest and be like, whoa, and you niggas walk around with their shit swinging all day.
Yeah,
you can't tell me you're not going to peek.
Right? I'm not going to give it a peek.
You're not going to take a look if he's stepping on it. Or, I mean, whether it's exciting or not, you're going to stare like, wow, it's really big. Wow.
Yeah. Just, it's there.
Right. You know what I mean?
But
it's
then,
not a common thing to see every day.
Like, people on social media, because this is only social media. This is never real life. Like, I personally don't believe you would ever meet anyone in real life that would just be like, men being topless and women being topless are the same. Like, I don't think you'll ever meet that person in real life. But it's just weird that people do it online. I don't know if it's to start an argument. I don't know what the fuck it is. But, like, I just feel it's not real. Like, it's not.
It's not.
I don't think that this is an actual problem. I think, like, we've become such a first world country that, like, these are the pretend problems that we invent. Right.
You come up with a problem so it becomes real.
Yeah.
Make up a non-real problem.
Right?
Make it a problem. Oh, this is make it a problem generation.
Like, can you imagine? So what some of the people are saying is that when Janet Jackson showed her titty on stage, that they just wanted nothing to happen and they wanted it to be okay. That's like, and I'm not saying that sexuality is wrong or anything like that, but it's just not where we live, you know?
It's not what we do, man. It's intimate, it's private.
It can be a norm, it can, I guess, become a norm, but even that's in certain situations. Like, does that happen at, say, at the World Cup? Where we're just like...
And people got to know, is like, why do we have these things that you can't do? Because there's still sick fucking people in the world.
Yeah.
There's a guy that's going to walk around and see breasts on the street. And some guys, we can look and we can stare, but in your mind, it's not right to go ahead and fucking squeeze them, like you said, or fucking rape them. But those people are out there that would. And the more you leave that for those fucking sick people, they're going to come out and they're going to do some fucked up shit, man. So maybe we should, we're not ready for that.
Right? Well, and I think you have to accept that no matter how equality, yes, 1,000%, I want equality across the board. But that doesn't mean that everyone is exactly the same. That's just not how it works. Like, men and women are biologically different. Like, they just are different. So, like, because it's in your DNA that when you see a titty, Like it's
Right.
part of it is life
Right,
because it's
right.
milk. It's what fed you. It's what nourished you. Like, so it's not just a pure sexual thing. Like it's embedded in people, you know, that you're going to look at the shit. It's a titty.
Right. And, you know, that's blame it on whoever. Blame it on what you want. But
Yo,
this is
blame
how
it
we
on the
came up.
rain, dog.
Blame it on the rain and blame it on Lorraine because she's out there and we don't even know who she is. Bob it.
True.
You know, I am poofy top nigga, man.
You know what it is, man.
Y-U-N-G pastry. Watermelon vs. Pumpkin, man. This is episode 59. Divine on time, eating swine because I'm about that life. And at the end of the day, niggas,
It's always the beginning of the night. We welcome you.
Tony.
No, not we welcome you, but we thank you for listening to the Titty Rant, which is
probably the name of the episode.
versus Pumpkin. The Titty
It
Rant.
might be the titty rant.
Yeah, man, our Super Bowl review, a.k.a. the Titty Rant for episode 59. We appreciate it, man. Next week, we back with the big 6-0.
Shake. And, you know, you niggas just stay beautiful, man. Keep watching and keep tuning in. And GBI Clothing, you know, go get you a nice T-shirt, nigga. Tuck in.
Please do. All right, yeah, please like, share, subscribe, review, all that. Tell
Do
a
that.
friend. We out.
Love you niggas.